I'm Terry Hutchens with allhoosiers.com. I'm with Justin Albers and Sam Rumpza. We're at Memorial Stadium where Indiana defeats Indiana State 28-10 today. If someone had told me that Nate Sudfeld would complete his first pass with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter and that he would not complete a pass on any Indiana scoring drive today, I would think that was a bad thing. But Indiana ran the ball really well today. 450 yards, and I mean, just crazy numbers there. Tevin Coleman, a big day. D'Angelo Roberts, a big day. What stood out to you, though?
I mean, it was kind of a tough situation for Coach Wilson coming out of the gate because he wants to establish the run, and Indiana State's not stopping you, so you just go run, run, run. But at the same time, you're not establishing Nate Sudfeld, and he never really got established. He looked uncomfortable in the pocket when he did throw. Too often tucked it in and ran when there was probably an open guy downfield. Missed a wide open guy over here in the end zone that should have been a touchdown and then turned into a missed field goal. It was just kind of a rough day for Sudfeld. But then on the flip side, Tevin Coleman going to have a huge year. Wants to be a 1,000-yard rusher. He might rush for 1,500 this year. Ran for 247 in his first game. As long as he stays healthy, it's going to be a great year for him.
Sam, talk about Coleman. Like Justin said, 247 yards rushing. His last game last year was 215 against Illinois. Comes back, did not look like he was missing a step at all.
Just a phenomenal game from him today. And he missed the last 3 games with the ankle injury last year. And so for him to come off, not miss a step after the summer, and really just an explosive day. He talks about velocity a lot. Well, we saw that early and often. And a lot of it was due to the offensive lineman, so experienced. But 247 yards, he did a lot of that. The 73-yard rush in the first quarter there just took advantage early, and just a great day from Tevin Coleman on Anthony Thompson Day. They're honoring the Heisman runner-up from 1989 and really played well for his day, and the whole rushing game did as well. D'Angelo Roberts had a career-high 124 yards, 5th all-time for single-game rushing yards for Tevin Coleman specifically, and he's already pretty much a quarter of the way to 1,000 yards, so not a bad start for the junior running back.
We haven't talked about the defense at all, but you have to talk about him. I mean, that was, Indiana State gets 51 yards in that first drive, and you're thinking, oh, boy, this doesn't look good. But after that, they really seemed to settle down. Both of the scores came on a short field, got some pressure. Richardson with 3 sacks, Mangieri with 1. It just seemed like they controlled the flow pretty well and were doing the things they needed to do.
Yeah, I think they missed 4 tackles on that first drive. Didn't miss too many other ones, and all 10 points came off turnovers. You mentioned that they came on short fields. One came on a Nate Sudfeld interception, the other came on the fumbled punt. So I thought they did a good job in the situation they were put in. What you don't like about the defense is they didn't force a turnover against an inferior team. You'd like to see them making some plays there, but like we just talked about with a lot of the players and the coaches after the game, probably a pretty vanilla look from Indiana, probably not a lot of blitzing that they'll put in the weeks to come with a bye week coming up next week. So I thought overall the first game for this defense, much improved, no missed tackles, no big plays. That's something to build on going forward into Bowling Green.
Last thing, Sam, the freshman class of 2014, I think 10 of them at least played today, and a lot of interesting names out there. The 3 wide receivers, obviously, Tigre Scales, a lot of guys on defense. Coach Wilson talked about it afterwards, though, about how it's good to see those defensive guys especially.
Well, there's going to be a little bit of growing pains, and he mentioned that in his post-game press conference, too, talking about his kids driving 12 hours to the beach. Well, you don't like that, but there's going to be growing pains. And we saw that with Jason Harris's fumble. We saw that Tony Fields dropped an interception. But Simi Cobbs got out there, had a couple missed routes, but also did a good job. He's a 6'4" receiver who really brings size to that receiving core and did a good job today. Greg Gooch right in the middle there. I mean, he's right as the captain of the defense essentially in that middle linebacker spot. And so a lot of positives from these freshmen going forward. And it's good to get those guys experience because you saw out there today, Clyde Newton, TJ Simmons, true sophomores now, kind of developing and working more. So true freshmen, still growing pains, but a good start for these guys.
That's it for us today from Memorial Stadium, where Indiana beats Indiana State 28-10. Follow our work on allhoosiers.com. Sam and Justin, Ben Founts, Stuart Jackson, Sarah Beeson with our video. We should have a good full package today in our Coverage Central that'll be up online a little bit later tonight. But until next time, signing off from Memorial Stadium.